Good morning, class 7. Today we will start with the first chapter of Geography, Environment. Let's begin the chapter. After the long vacation, when Ravi started going to school again, he noticed that the only playground next to his school was dug up. People said that a huge building with many flats will be constructed there. Ravi was almost in tears when he realized that the big playground with its soft grass, marigolds, and butterflies is gone forever. He shared his feelings with his classmates. In the assembly, the principal too sadly observed, "See how our environment is changing." In the class, Ravi asked his teacher, "What is environment?" "Whatever you see in your surroundings," said the teacher. Ravi thought aloud. That means the school building, tables, chairs in the classroom, even that open field, the road, the garbage, my friends, all are part of our environment. Yes, said the teacher. But wait, some objects are created by nature. For example, mountains, rivers, trees, animals, others are made by people. For example, roads, cars, clothes, books. Now, work in pairs. Make a list with your classmates sitting next to you of the creations of nature and by human beings. Okay, class. So, here we are talking about a boy, Ravi, who went to his school and there was a playground next to the school building where they used to play. But then he noticed that a huge, like that playground has been like it was some building was to be constructed, so they have dug a huge hole. So he was very sad because he thought now he has no place for playing. So, and that day the principal said in the assembly to the children that this is what is happening to the environment. So he was inquisitive, he wanted to know what is environment. And that day the teacher told in the class, when he asked that what is environment, so she said that whatever is present, that is around us, that is in your surrounding, that is environment. So he thought of everything he could call off, that like school building, his friends, the garbage, the playground, everything will be the environment, and the teacher agreed to it. Now let's see. Ravi, Paramjeet, Jesse, Mustafa, Asha were all excited about making the list. "Why is our environment changing?" asked Iqbal. "It's all because of our needs. They are increasing day by day. We are therefore modifying and at times even destroying our natural surroundings," the teacher replied. So Iqbal asked that why the environment is constantly changing. So the teacher gave the reason that because of the needs which the human beings have. We need like buildings for living. So the forests are being cut off and new buildings are built for development. That is again, that is what we want. So for like it is the human greed that is disturbing the environment. So, environment is our basic life support system. It provides the air we breathe, the water we drink, the food we eat, and the land where we live. How do human beings modify this natural environment? The car fumes pollute the air, water is collected in a pot, food is served in vessels, and land is used to build factories. Human beings make cars, mills, factories, and manufacture containers. This is how human beings modify natural environment. So, the basic cause of this environment being getting disturbed are the human beings, because we need place like for factories, so we are cutting off, or like the water which is coming out, the like you can say the pollutants which is coming out from these factories and industries, they go in and mix into the river and they pollute the river. So like for whatever negative things are happening in the environment, the cause are the human beings. From the above conversation, you understand that the place, people, things, and nature that surrounds any living organism is called environment. It is a combination of natural and human made phenomena. While the natural environment refers to both biotic and abiotic conditions existing on the earth. Now, what is biotic? From the name it is clear, bio that means living. So, the world of living organism, that is plants and animals, and abiotic, that is non-living. So, the world of non-living elements, example land. Human environment reveals the activities, creations and interactions among human beings. Natural environment. Land, water, air, plants and animals comprise the natural environment. You are familiar with the meaning of lithosphere, hydrosphere, atmosphere and biosphere from your previous class. Let us learn some more facts about these domains. Lithosphere is a solid crust or the hard top layer of the earth. It is made up of rocks and minerals and covered by a thin layer of soil. It is an irregular surface with various landforms such as mountains, plateaus, plains, valleys, etc. Landforms are found over the continent and also on the ocean floors. So, lithosphere, it is a solid crust and it is the topmost layer of the earth. Lithosphere is the domain that provides us forest, grasslands for grazing, land for agriculture and human settlements. It is also a source of mineral wealth. Little bit similarity you will find what you study in EVS, your environmental science. Environment, that word is a French word and environner means neighborhood. Okay, so from the harmful rays and scorching heat of the sun, it consists of number of gases, dust and water vapor. The changes in the atmosphere produce changes in the weather and climate. Plant and animal kingdom together make biosphere or the living world. It is a narrow zone of the earth where land, water and air interact with each other to support life. So, what is biosphere? That is the place where plants and animal kingdom that together they live. That is the narrow zone of the earth where land and water interact, where area where water is also there, land is there, where animals are living. That is biosphere. Now, what is ecosystem? At an NCC camp that Ravi's class was attending, Jessie exclaimed, "What a heavy downpour! It reminds me of my home in Kerala. You should come and see how it pours and pours and pours over the lush green fields and coconut plantation." Hira from Jaisalmer exclaimed, "We get no rains. We see only kikar and sand as far as the eyes can see." "But you also find camels," said Ravi. So, different places have different environment that is being discussed between these two children. Ravi is when they have gone to the NCC camp. Here, Hira is talking about Jaisalmer, which is a place in desert. So, there the desert only the sand would be seen and camel, whereas Ravi's classmate is talking about Kerala, where a lot of rainfall is there and it's a you can say very green area. What is ecosystem? It is the system formed by the interaction of all living organisms with each other and with the physical and chemical factors of the environment in which they live, all linked by transfer of energy and material. Hira says, "Not just camels. If you visit our desert, you will see snakes, lizards, and many insects too." Ravi wondered, why do the animals, the vegetation, and the way people live vary from place to place? Are they all related to each other? "Oh, yes, very much," said the teacher. "All plants and animals and human beings depend on their immediate surrounding. Often they are also interdependent on each other. This relation between the living organism as well as the relation between the organism and their surroundings form an ecosystem. There could be an ecosystem of large rainforest, grassland, desert, mountains, lake, river, ocean and even a small pond." So, Ravi wanted to know that is there why people have living in different areas, their lifestyle is little different from each other, but then in a way they are similar to each other as well. The reason is sorry, it depends on the climate where they are living, that is the way they live. But then it is the teacher told him that the human beings have to depend on the immediate surrounding, what is there, and accordingly their eating style and their dressing style is designed. Okay, do you think the park in which Ravi and his friends played formed an ecosystem? Human environment. Okay, human beings interact with the environment and modify it according to their need. Early humans adapted themselves to the natural surroundings. They led a simple life and fulfilled their requirements from the nature around them. With time, needs grew and became more varied. Humans learned new ways to use and change environment. They learned to grow crops, domesticate animals, and lead a settled life. The wheel was invented, surplus food was produced, barter system emerged, trade started and commerce developed. Industrial revolution enabled large scale production. Transportation became faster. Information revolution made communication easier and speedy across the world. So, initially when human beings started having a settled life, their needs were very less. They were dependent on environment for their food and for their survival. Gradually the needs grew, and because of that, like, they started domesticating animal, they started growing crops, then they invented, like, had more like surplus food was produced, and then they started you can say the barter system. Barter system is when there is the things are being exchanged, money is not used for purchasing anything, instead people have to give something to get something, that is barter system. It was very prevalent, and still you can see in your locality sometimes some people come, they sell utensils and they take the old clothes from your mother, and that is what barter system is. Here have you ever thought why you love eating a juicy watermelon in summer and hot roasted peanuts in winter? A perfect balance is necessary between the natural and human environment. Humans must learn to live and use their environment in a harmonious way. Nuri, a girl from Mizoram, from Ravi's class, often talks about the lush green surroundings of a place. Seeing Ravi upset at having lost his playground, Nuri invited him to visit her home state during the coming vacations. Ravi's teacher asked the students to draw the landscape, houses, and activities of the people and places they visit during the holidays. So, whatever we eat, that also depends. Like in summers we love to have mangoes, and in winters we have guava. Good quality of guava you get in summers as well, but then the quality and it's not very tasty. And nowadays people are having season out of season food, and that is also not very good idea. Like for example, if you talk about cauliflower, it's the vegetable which people used to eat in winters, but nowadays you can get it in summers, but the taste you will feel is different. That's all for the class today. Please do the question answers as well as the exercises in your notebook. Take care of yourselves. Be safe at home. Thank you, class.